Darius, go ahead.
I think this is a matter of historical reflection, and I think at some point probably Turaj would want to add something here. It's if you look at the history of the Mesopotamia, so to speak, I'm talking about it in wider terms. You're talking about ancient cultures, that bed of civilization there, and of course, to some extent, it also extends to the very current location of the state of Israel as well, and Palestine, whichever name you want to give to them, depending on what ideology you've got. But the key point is this, that if you look back at Iran, in this civilization, in this culture, for over 3,000 years, we've been developing sustainable institutions, and it's moved from one generation, from one dynasty to another dynasty, but it has allowed culture, even at the under the harshest conditions, to flourish again. This is the term which is now used, that Iran will rise like a phoenix. It won't come to an end. Iran is not synonymous with this regime or that regime. Iran cannot be destroyed with the foolish behaviors of this dynasty or that dynasty. Iran has gone through a revolution, has put an end to the Pahlavi dynasty. Iran is going through a lot of massive changes with the mullahs, with the Islamists, and the ideology has fundamentally changed. If you look at the past 100 years, this is not like the case of Syria. This is not like the case of Iraq, like Jordan, because all those countries are new. They are born out of the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. What happens with Iran is that we've got a culture which has never gone to that point. It's as if there is some kind of an instinct in people that they immediately recognize that any path of destruction should not be taken. We need to take a step back. We need to wait. And this has happened repeatedly after the Iranian Revolution. It seems that people immediately learned the lesson to find a way to get out of it. The election of Muhammad Khatami was one sign of it, that they moved away from the Islamist ideology. What happened in the Green Movement was another one. And in the Mahsa movement, again, we had the same signal. It's not just that the regime was repressive. It's that people, there was something, you cannot put your finger on it. You cannot immediately show data on it. It's as if they thought that this is not going to lead to civilization. It's a message of death. You have to go back. You have to take a step back and gradually, slowly go under the skin of these patriarchal, I don't know, outdated, despotic, whatever name you want to give to it, to slowly and gradually change it and bring development to it. This cannot be brought by foreign intervention. It's that simple. Even in other countries, even in countries that do not have that kind of a civilizational background in that sense, I mean, in contemporary times, it hasn't worked. Why would it work in Iran? I think there's a point where sane people, the adults in the room, in the national community, should say, you know what, enough is enough. This is not going to work. You're going to get everybody killed.